candidate in this race who has served on the federal level has taken on this administration and sought accountability. I'm the only one who has gone toe-to-toe with Donald Trump, and there's a reason he's always got my name in his mouth. Well, Trump, I know you're watching, so let me tell you directly, you're not entitled to a damn thing in Texas. You better get to work, because I'm coming for you.
All right, well, that's Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett officially launching her campaign for Senate, but telling President Trump, I'm coming for you. This after the Supreme Court approved this Texas's redistricting maps where her House seat will be redrawn. DeMaio is the host of the DeMaio Report, and Republican California State Representative David Carlucci is a former Democratic New York State Senator. Great to see you both. Carl, I'll start with you on this one. The reaction to Jasmine Crockett, she would have to step away, obviously, from her House seat to run for this Senate seat. What does that mean for Republicans? And then also, what does that mean as a Democrat running in this area?
Oh, it's such a gift. Jasmine Crackpot is what I call her, is the least attractive Democrat candidate, particularly for Texas. So this only boosts the Republican chances of holding this seat and therefore holding the U.S. Senate majority after the midterm elections. The reason why she's running, she knows she's already lost her House seat. So there's no choice for employment for her besides run for U.S. Senate, boost her name ID, and then, of course, perhaps get a position on The View once she loses the election.
I discussed that too. David, your thoughts there, because it does raise her branding.
Yeah, look, she's already become a household name to many political insiders. She's quick on the draw, you know, in terms of always having a soundbite that fits. And look, I think this speaks to the energy on the Democratic side. I think obviously if Kamala Harris were in the White House, she wouldn't be running. But we saw, whether it was in New York City, New Jersey, Virginia, Georgia, the races that happened in November showed that when people have a choice right now, they're sending the message that they're voting for Democrats. And whether that's to the left of the spectrum or to the right, as long as they don't have an R next to their name, voters are excited and they're voting for Democrats. So I think we could expect the unexpected. And I think there are some people that are doubtful of her candidacy, but that's any Democrat running in Texas. So I think you try something different, you try some excitement and energy that she'll bring to this race. And I think they're going to have to duke it out in terms of who the Republican candidate ultimately is, and have a race to the finish in 2026.
Obviously, is a crowded race in terms of the Republican field of candidates, primarying Senator John Cornyn, the incumbent, who is running for re-election. Senator Cornyn saying Crockett's decision to run for Senate is a gift, releasing this statement. The senator says Jasmine Crockett does not represent the views of a majority of Texans. Her time in Congress has been marked by deeply unserious public statements, little to no actual work for her constituents, and over-the-top rhetoric and childish insults. He goes on to say she is radical, theatrical, and ineffective as the GOP nominee for U.S. Senate. Our campaign will make sure every Texas voter knows how absurd her candidacy is.
I thought he was talking about the president.
What was that?
I thought he was talking about the president in terms of how he characterized Jasmine Crockett. I mean, we could just substitute she and put the president, and you'd say the same exact thing.
Well, let me give Carl a chance to respond to that, and perhaps to David's thoughts on spinning those words.
Well, look, you know, she's going to light her hair on fire. She's a lunatic. Crazy people actually do attract attention. It's chum in the water on social media. But in a conservative state like Texas, her policies will absolutely be her undoing. And so I don't particularly expect Cronin to be the nominee on the Republican side. I don't think his statement is, you know, very effective. I think you talk about the radical policies that she is going to try to advance on behalf of Texans, and that will be her undoing. But sure, she'll attract attention. But when people actually kick the tires, look at her policies, they don't want to be represented by someone like that.